Okay, so it seems that we have a little bit of an update to the whole Filian situation. Now, if you guys don't know, obviously Filian has been away on hiatus for quite a while now. I think it's coming up to 7 months that it's been kind of going on for, and people have been starting to get a little bit fed up of things that have been going on, and they just kind of want her back and everything like that, right? And yeah, I think it's fair enough. And recently there was a video that came out by one of her friends, being Drumsy, who actually made a full video on Filian and talked about it, and that's again, it's not a very good angle. There we go, that's a better angle. And essentially, yeah, he made a video kind of going over essentially all of the things we know so far about the whole Filian hiatus and the ARG, or whatever you want to call it. I definitely recommend to go check it out as well. I'll leave it in the description. But essentially what he does describe as well in his video is the fact that he hasn't had any contact with her, which I think is pretty interesting. And of course, a lot of people are very skeptical of that, especially in the comments, which we will go through, because yeah, he claims that he has not had any contact with her since this, and that, you know, she's kind of gone silent for everybody, not just the fans, right? But again, as I said, people were still kind of cautious and still kind of skeptical, thinking that maybe this could be part of a bigger thing, and that this video could be part of a bigger thing too, right? Which I do think is pretty interesting. Now, again, there's been a lot of comments and things saying the one thing I hate about internet friends, if they log off, there's nothing you can do about it. You have to sit there and hope that they're okay. So Filian is going to come back like, this is how I fooled the internet. Stage 1, the quiet phase. Said bro had a sponsor on a video of a missing friend, saying hot take, Drumsy is in on it. Which again, that's literally what a lot of people are saying, right? 3.4 thousand likes. A lot of people believe that Drumsy's in on it, right? Saying, oh, everyone is doing so bad at the ARG that he has to put hints in a video to help Filian. So I thought the mods blocked the part of the ARG, and now we're just waiting. Then the fact that he took a sponsor for this video, despite he not only is treating it like a joke, when we know he's a pretty down to earth person, actually stating this video should be considered a call to help find Filian, to finally adds proof to this claim. Which, yeah, I mean, you know, it doesn't seem like a crazy serious video. He's not like, my friend's gone, I can't find her, like, please help me, oh my god. No, it's not like that at all. Obviously he's very like upbeat and everything. Literally takes a sponsor in the video itself, right? So again, if it was like a serious call for help, then of course it wouldn't include any of that kind of stuff, which obviously makes a lot more people think that he's in on it too. Now again, he might not be in on it even as well, right? He might maybe know loosely what's going on or something like that. I'm not sure. But again, we'll probably never know until maybe, you know, everything else comes out at the end. Now, people have been talking about this on the Filian Reddit as well. Because she just went to the store to buy fruit snacks. They said, I think Drumsy is just doing her a favor for Filian to keep hope alive. That agreed. The video ended with him saying, essentially saying that she's fine, just be hopeful. Which, yeah, so this video felt extremely ingenuine and in poor taste, because if that were the actual case, that Drumsy hadn't heard from Filian for months, this is most likely a elaborate ARG that Drumsy is most likely playing along with. If Filian were actually lost or possibly in danger, then the video would have been hopefully dramatically different. Good luck, guys. I said, I agree. Not necessarily the part of the ARG, but that is not serious, since he didn't mention Lena, the one person who is almost certainly in contact with Filian and knows what's going on, probably because he's concerned she will get bombarded with questions by fans. But exactly zero chance he doesn't know what's up with the tone of that video, saying what I notice over the time is that she's going to be away, over the time she's been going away is some strange things, many ideas why she left, my own being just wanted to break and or rebrand, but that was the whole pregnancy one, which obviously isn't true. Saying it has an ad, also it's definitely an ARG, 22 minutes and nothing. So again, obviously, you know, some people are not so happy about the video, but again, I think it provides a pretty, you know, it kind of like recaps you and everything that's kind of going on. It does miss out a couple of things. He also does explain the t-shirt. If you guys don't remember, he wore a Filianislost t-shirt, which appeared up on the wall, which apparently it was just something that he made himself, right? Lots of people were thinking that, you know, they were being handed out to, you know, Filian's friends or whatever, but apparently he just made it himself. So again, that's interesting, right? Of course, there's been so many more comments though saying the fact that your fan base misses you so much that you end up in the largest billboard in the world shows the impact that you had on them. which, yeah, saying from a workaholic to a breakaholic is insane. Saying it was just a normal Minecraft stream. I'm pretty sure they all still have PTSD from spending 4 full days getting Neuro to the end. Saying he forgot to talk about another thing. Fans recently spotted her voice and a silhouette in a promotional billboard ad campaign overlooking the famous Shibuya sky crossing, which, yeah, is something that he didn't talk about apparently. Apparently didn't talk about the fact that there was a like, you guys remember we covered the one like as a post from Rima that had like, it was like an ad for like a like random drink, and then you could hear Filian saying like can you hear me or something like that, right? Which obviously apparently wasn't discussed. Saying 10 out of 12 she has employees, her hiatus better have a good reason. Which again, I feel like, I know like some people were worried for the employees or whatever of her and people that work under her, because of course she has a big channel, of course she has people that work for her, right? But I'm sure that this was all figured out before it even started, right? Maybe like pay while she was away or something like that. Which again, I mean, it's fair enough, right? Saying, I imagine deciding to the ARG filled with puzzles and one clear winner with a prize at the end, and deciding only then will you return, but no one can solve the puzzle because you forgot to post a key piece of info and took you 6 months to realize this. So instead you buy ad space in Japan to distract people, or you figure out a way to slip in the forgotten info and get people back on the ARG. Filian would never do that. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Saying the fact that Drumsy is being surprisingly chill while not in contact makes me even more nervous. No, honestly, I think that makes me more reassured that like things are like, IRL things are fine, right? Because again, he wouldn't be making like a funny video like this if like she was genuinely missing and there was actually a concern, right? Like, let's be real. He wouldn't be doing a sponsored video, quite upbeat video, talking about Filian and where she's gone and things like that, if she was genuinely missing and he didn't have a clue where she was, right? So that obviously is probably one of the most reassuring parts of the video. Does it really give us more info? Not really, it just kind of, it just kind of moves things on a little bit further, just gives people info of what we already know, right? But yeah, I mean, we just have to keep on waiting, right? And as I said, it's kind of got to the point now where some people are getting a little bit frustrated by the amount of time that has gone by, and I think that is understandable because it has been months and months now. And of course, we didn't really know how long this hiatus was going to last. Some people thought it was only going to last like a month, and 7 later, and we're here, right? Which of course is starting to cause a little bit of unrest among fans and things. So it depends. If this is something that is completely like out of her control, if this is something that she can't really change, and that she physically or whatever, or like legally or whatever, like anything, can't come back, right, for whatever reason it might be, then of course it is kind of understandable why it's taken this long, right? But I think if this is something that she's waiting on and that she's just kind of waiting for the right time to do it, I think any time now would be the best time to do it, because any further people are seriously going to start to get frustrated and potentially just leave, right? Lots of people get worried about their fan bases leaving and things. If you go on like a long hiatus, like sometimes some people even worry about like going away for like 2 days, and they're worried that the whole chat will drop them, right? But I think that obviously with Filian, she's been away for 7 months. Now she has a very dedicated fan base, so she's definitely not going to lose her audience or anything like that whatsoever. But I think the longer that it does go on, I think the more chance it has of her losing viewers, right? Losing people that want to watch, because they kind of get fed up, they don't want to be involved in this anymore, and they just kind of leave. Now what I would say to that is maybe just go and find someone else to watch in the meantime. I think there's many other content creators out there that you can go and watch and enjoy their community and stuff like that. But again, of course, that also runs the risk of some people, becoming bigger fans of them, right? And losing your viewership to other people too, which of course, I don't think Filian minds or anything like that. But as I said, I think that the longer this goes on, the kind of chart of viewers will kind of start to, dip, right? At least from what I kind of see and the frustration that I've seen, it kind of goes like, I think for the past like 4 or 5 months or so, it's been kind of like a straight line. People, it hasn't really been growing because there's no content on our channels or anything. But then also at the same time, it's kind of like gotten longer and longer. And as it goes longer, the more it dips. And it's like, it seems like some people are just starting to check out now. They're just like, all right, screw this, I'm gone. I'm just gonna go interact with other people now, right? Which I think is fair enough. And as I said, if you want to go watch other people's content, that's totally fine, right? You don't have to be someone that watches exclusively Filian content, right? People enjoy a vast majority of different content creators on YouTube, so just do the same, right? But yeah, obviously some people though are very kind of focused on the fact that they want to what do you call it, like not watch her again, right? Which I think is pretty crazy. As I said, I think you could just like take a break and like from like being involved in this, and then once you see that she comes back, maybe either on Twitter or on one of my videos or whatever you want to get your news from, right? Then maybe you can come back and watch it, right? But again, some people don't work like that. Some people just like to drop things altogether, which I think is a bit odd, but I guess that's how some people work, right? But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is for this situation. I just kind of wanted to cover it because, again, it was pretty interesting. A lot of people have been watching this video as they're very interested as to where Filian is. And yeah, it seems like Drumsy, although he says he hasn't talked to her, a lot of people are already believing that, right? But yeah, that's about looking off this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kazza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.